And it's always the race, everybody. It's always the race. It's always the race. So it's pretty cool here is you go back to 2013. This is where we bought Tango and Willow. There was a lady from Texas that was divorced, and her husband, I guess, gave her, or I don't know, maybe she was a widow. I can't exactly remember. But I found on Craigslist a lady selling standard poodles. And so back there, you see that building back there? And there's a house back there. Beautiful, nice little piece of property. She's not there anymore, but she had a bunch of standard poodle dogs. And Julie and I went there, and that's where we picked up Tango and Willow. But it's the same old story. My poor wife. The story was, we're just going to get one dog. Then we get there, and then we convince the wife to get two dogs. And Willow was kind of supposed to be my wife's dog, and Tango was the other dog. And so, anyways, but that's, think that through. 13 years ago, so it's already 12 years ago. Wow. And a standard poodle, my guess is you get 14, 15 out of them, maybe. I don't know. Just kind of depends. I'm not sure on that. So, well, I'm sure I'd be another year to 2 years, would be my thought. And all right, so see here, just it's just the same old story, man. I can still remember back in the 80s, 1986, 87, 88. I would be out here driving these roads to deliver home heating oil and diesel fuel in a tanker truck. And I mean, there was, these roads were empty. I would go up on the mountain. I would take Log Mill Road up on the mountain and go to people's residences that had their own, they had heating oil for their, heat their home. They didn't have natural gas, or they didn't have city hookup, didn't have underground propane tanks. Yeah, so that's hard to believe. That's close to 40 years ago. Wow. So I was just a kid, everybody, 22 years old, running around driving a tanker truck, pulling a hose, getting to know where I live. And then my first boss, real boss at Fairfax Auto Parts, Ray Everett, he's a guy, really nice guy. He hired me on the spot. And, he's dead. He died many years ago. Really sad, because he should, if he didn't have health issues and cancer, he would have survived. But he's a dropout high school guy. He was a huge motorhead, building race engines. He didn't really ever have the money to do it, but he knew how to do it. And he rose up to be like the manager of Fairfax Auto Parts store, and he was a very nice guy. He loved me, and he was in cheers when I left. But at the same time, I just thought to myself, I'm up in this area, and I'm pretty sure that, look at that castle. See, that to me looks, that'll be me. See, in so many ways, that's going to be me. You're going to see this nice old farmhouse with a big old barn next to it as you go by it at, 55 miles an hour and 45 mile an hour. Well, it's 55 here. But that's kind of what the future of my property is probably going to be. Yeah, there's still a lot of open land out here in Virginia area. But this here used to be called Virginia Beef. This was a huge cattle farm, but also a sod operation. So years ago, back in the 80s, everybody wanted to get this guy's business because he burned up a lot of diesel fuel. And for all of his trucks and equipment, Virginia Beef. And so anyways, he was cattle and sod. I don't know how accurate. You're talking back in the 80s, but that was the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, probably 90s. I don't know how active they are today. But they call themselves Virginia Beef, but I think they evolved more into the sod farm business. I think. I could be wrong. And then we just went by. Up here is a paintball. I think we just went by it, where you can go shoot your friends with paintballs. remember that exploding business? And here you got right on the main road, all the houses that so many years ago just saw a few cars go up and down the road. A lot of horse country up here, as you know. Virginia is one of the bigger equine states, whether you realize it or not. Virginia is, I think, the hidden horse country. I don't think people think or realize how much horse country is here in Virginia. It's huge. Here's a brand new veterinarian, and oh no, that's a brewery. Look at that. It's already, they're already hanging out. Well, it's 5 o'clock, so I guess on their way home they're gonna pound a beer. I'll never forget putting a payphone in up here on the left-hand side of the road. I put a payphone sign right along the shoulder here. And so I see a sign here, so picture a payphone icon sign. And the state of Virginia, they got so pissed at me doing that. So my payphone was right here in the corner of this building right here. And so anyways, so the state of Virginia called me and they're like, you can't do this, buddy. You can't put a little sign. I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me. The sign is doing nothing to intrude the road. It's alerting you that the payphone up the road. And that VDOT guy left a nasty-ass message on my voicemail, and they ripped it out. Now then, beautiful rural country area, years later, somebody stole the whole payphone. The concrete, they took everything. And I to this day think it was college kids or somebody, you know, it was kids. That phone made no money. There was nothing in that damn thing. One of my first locations I got getting going, I used to be, that was never a gas station. That was always like a little C-store, convenience paraphernalia store that never made it because it was too rural. Well, I'll never forget, the owner called me going, hey, your telephone's gone. I'm like, that telephone's gone? And so I drove all the way down here, and sure enough, gone. Did that happen to me a few times in my industry? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Stolen things. So here's the roundabout, and these roundabouts are a great idea if you're in the main road, guys. If you're the side road, guys, and not so great, is it? Now I'm just outside of Middleburg and Aldi. This is where Brian's coming to get his haircut. So Brian, he probably did all right. He did a little better than I thought. So he's up in this area somewhere. Brian was all up for being in the video. So I was like, all right. I told him, I said, hey, I'm going to make a video. He said, great. I said, do you want to be in it? He said, yeah. I'm like, all right. All right, here's the farmers. Here's a classic story about people making a bunch of money and they're fools. So this guy that worked for AOL cashed in all his stock at AOL, because if you were an employee at AOL, you made a lot of money if you got the stock issued to you. That was a gold mine. So guy, he made millions and millions. He was a big executive at AOL. He bought all this land down here with the intentions of making it into a commercial real estate development. Yeah, he bought all that land at a good price to make it into commercial real estate property. And so after he did all that, the Middleburg and Loudoun County, all the opposers are like, nope, you ain't doing that. Nope. That guy thought that for years, nowhere. But does everybody remember that Disney World, this road, this is no lie, Disney World was supposed to be down, where you just saw me go over Route 66, down there in all that funky opposite way direction. Whereas or not, Disney World was really moving very heavy back in the late 90s, early 2000 to build a brand new Disney World here on the East Coast, planted right down there, right where I just was. And they had a hell raising of people showing up, hell-bent, that ain't no way that's coming, there ain't no hell. I mean, so many people gathered and opposed that Disney could never get any traction. Because you can only imagine what this road would turn. Oh my gosh. This road would be just a lockdown all the time. So that was another thing. Now right here, this is the millionaires. These are the $2, $3, $4, $5 million homes. I'm pretty sure the famous golfer designed it. Creighton Farms. there's some very rich people, well-known people that live back in this community. A golf club, beautiful. It's a beautiful area. But these are literally $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million homes, because most of them have 2-3 acre lots, 5 acre lots. So they're not like a quarter acre lot. Can you imagine your real estate taxes? So here in Loudoun County, you're $3 million, at least $30,000 a year in taxes. I mean, yeah, I think so. You got to make close to $40,000 a year just to pay the real estate tax. Holy crap! Here's some people paying $50,000 to $100,000 a year real estate tax. Beautiful country. I've ridden this road many a days on my motorcycles. Many a days. Now here's some firewood. I can always come down here. But who's loading it? Oh, he's got a little loader thing there. That's always good to know. But that's over for now. But it's beautiful country. Now here's another good story for you. Since I worked in the oil industry, became a salesperson for selling fuels, I came to know of a lot of businesses in this area and business owners, because a lot of the business owners own their own underground fuel storage to run their operations. So I got to know the personalities and the people. This is back in the 80s, 90s, when on-site fuel storage was more prevalent than today because of EPA guidelines. So right is up here in the mountain here, there's a company called Brothers Signal. He's an Indian guy. He's much older now, but back like in the 90s, he's probably 50s, maybe 60s. But he's an Indian guy, and he was known to kind of be the playboy. He was married, but they kind of had the loose relationship marriage. So they were known as a couple to like other couples, basically. But the real thing is, Brothers Signal, he had grounded up and gotten all the local contracts to put in light signals and to manage light signals. And he was the prominent guy in this area for probably a good 20, 30 years. But I think one of his guys totally back-ended him and screwed him and made his own company. And then he kind of showed how they were overbilling the county for the work they're doing. And then they found out people are getting stuffed pockets to give them another, intersection developed. So it turned into a very unfortunately, I think the guy got caught greasing the officials. And I still see him around, but nothing like I used to. So I'm getting closer to home, but this will put me on the back roads to get into my place through the back roads. Right up here is Oaklands Plantation. Was that Thomas Jefferson's plantation? I can't remember. Was it Monticello or whatever? I don't know. So Oaklands, I'm pretty sure that has something to do. I don't know. I just am not the most astute historian. So I don't know. But money, people. Family money, generations of money. So the good news is a lot of the traffic's kind of broken up, and now I'm able to rock and roll, or am I? This person here is kind of a hit and miss. It's like they're distracted. They start driving really fast and they slow down, and I think they're looking at their cell phone. Oh wow, look at this. 21.3 miles per gallon. Wow. Wow.
So bright and Hi, this is Royal from Royal Lotus. New rock on the spectrum. This song is about a girl.
Oh, it's all the cut-throughs, everybody. All the cut-throughs. That's all it ever is. All right, we're going to wrap it up here, getting back in. Is anybody home? Is anybody home? Is anybody home? Wow, where is everybody, right? The dogs are like, Dad is home, 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 Dad is home. They're all going nuts. One thing about technology, it might drive you nuts. You know why it drives you nuts? Because you think you're talking to yourself. And, who cares? I don't care if I leave the key in the ignition. Now it's time to go to the troublemakers. As I really got to wrap it up, because like I say, now it's basically 6 o'clock. Time I do all my stuff and do your stuff and blah 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 and dee and do, then bing bam bam boom, there you go. So I just want to get myself a nice Yeti and jump in the pool. That's what I'm gonna do. Go let the dogs out. We got these rascals out. See, this is what you want to see. This is what we want. Not in the cage, not in the barn. Oops, hey buddy, how are you, stinker, huh? Yeah, out here, thank God. I'm just not up for that crap anymore. You all know that by now, don't you? All right, that's a wrap. I'm done because I won't have enough time to upload all this video content I have you today. Got some great video content for everybody here. So everybody stay tuned. This evening, I got some really good stuff coming your way. So I just got back in. The racetrack is back home. Long day. Another long ass day trying to make everything work in my life. So I appreciate all the support out there, all the nice comments. The racetrack is back. Now, what do we do with it now? I don't know, man. Holy crap. Man, I got some really good video of this truck getting up the road. It is so much fun. I mean, I think I'm going to have to hold on to it, everybody. I don't think I can part with this thing. This thing is so much fun. Wow. I mean, I'm not lying. I forgot what this thing is. So anyways, stay tuned. Be patient. Tons of video coming your way on Ice Age TV, Chaos TV. It's a chaotic situation, but I'm making the best of it, everybody. See you later. God bless.